Hola amigos, soy Jamie, esto es Norway. So, what are we doing in Norway? Well, we've come along to support the para ice hockey team in the World Championships B pool because our son is playing. And we're going to be flying the flag. Smile. Well, this is our second day back after our holiday in Norway. We were away for altogether 10-11 days, but what with visitors before that for 3 weeks or more, we hadn't done a lot of grass cutting or anything before we left, and we did not instruct our finca sitter in the art of cutting grass. So anyway, when we came back, it looked like this. Some of this grass is nearly 6 foot tall. God, I'm not used to the cold. Well, we're not doing well so far, but this match was against Germany and we have expected to struggle. Say hello.
Hello. Goodbye.
Well, it was predictable. I've got a cold. Here we are, walking down Skien High Street, close to it. There's a little market stall over there. Other than that, honestly, there's very little here. And it's a Saturday morning. So where are all the people? I don't know.
We were all at the heads last night.
Yeah.
Friday night's a big night.
On average, it's costing us between 20 and 25 euros for 2 beers. So, needless to say, we haven't seen hardly any drunks. And we certainly weren't having more than one. Well, the last game is today. And it isn't one that GB expects to win, but they are always entertaining games. They really give their all. So we shall be there to cheer them on. And then tomorrow we get the train to Oslo. And we have a full itinerary of things to do in Oslo for a couple of days before we fly back to Spain. And hopefully by the time you get to see this, we will be sat on the veranda in sunshine and my cold will be gone. Fingers crossed. So, So anyway, Steve is cutting grass. Sorry about this, guys, but you know, my double strength antihistamines can barely cope with this. It's so nice to be back in the warm after Norway. We had a fabulous time, but oh my God, it was cold. Just not used to the cold at all. As you can see, the courtyard is blooming really nicely. I did instruct the finca sitter to water once while we were away, because we did notice from the weather forecast there had been a lot of sun here. But we did not tell him to move delicate plants out of full sun, and the afternoon sun here is just too strong. So we had a couple of losses, but they were cheapy flowering plants that I had purchased solely to brighten the place up in early spring. So it's possible that they are actually not meant to survive. But anyway, I've deadheaded them, the ones that look like they might be saved, and put them in the shade and watered them, and we'll see. We'll see. But no great losses at all. I think in my short that I did just before we went away, that I said we'd been having a really exciting time. Which was the reason why I hadn't done any films. And then it occurred to me, well, it was exciting for us, but it might not be very exciting for you guys, even hearing about it. But here we go. Our grandchildren came to visit, and that was huge fun. That's always huge fun. And the weather was nice while they were here. And also while they were here, I had an art exhibition in the local town hall. And the title of my exhibition is Almorín en el trabajo, which means Almorín at work, and I did 26 paintings of people working in our village, all the different jobs that they do. The inaugural event was quite nerve-wracking because I had to give a speech in Spanish. I learned my speech. I did still have to read it, but my granddaughter, who is bilingual, helped me hugely with pronunciations and making it sound sort of like I'm not a foreigner. So it went down really, really well. What I had forgotten was that after my speech, the mayor invited the members of the public who turned up to ask me questions. I wasn't quite prepared for that, but I muddled through. So that was an enjoyable evening, and the exhibition has stayed up for a month. It's about to come down now, and so far I have sold 5 paintings, which I am thrilled to bits about. Then the grandchildren went back to their home, and the day after, my brother-in-law and his girlfriend came to stay, and they were with us for just over a week. And then we had a day, and then our finca sitter turned up, and then we went to Norway. I shall put some pictures up at the end of this video so that those who are interested in other people's holiday snaps can have a look, and those who are not can just switch off. Well, that wasn't on the weather forecast, but it's snowing. Has it stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for that, because we're walking. And now it's going to be a couple of weeks to get all the grass cut. Amazingly, in the vegetable garden, and I had not instructed our finca sitter to do anything in the vegetable garden, all of the plants that I put in have survived. They needed watered, which I have done, but they were all thriving, which is amazing. So I'm thrilled to bits about that and looking forward to having some tomatoes, some cucumbers, and some melons and courgettes very, very soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. There was something else, can't remember. It would seem we've brought the cold weather back with us from Norway. We had a couple of delightful days of really nice sunshine, 24, 25 degrees. It was wonderful. I managed to get some of the washing done. But then, yeah, it's turned a bit chilly again. I have some courgettes and some melons which don't have a home. They're in pots at the moment, and I want to get this bed filled so that I can grow the melons up and the courgettes out, or the other way around. Don't know. I will decide. In fact, I'm not sure I can tell which or which by the leaves alone, and there's no labels on them. In Norway, although I continued with my antihistamines, I had no symptoms of allergies. It's understandable, spring had hardly even started there. And of course I've come back to this. I've had a couple of days of being okay, but now my allergies are hitting with a vengeance again. It's just... In fact, it's so bad, sometimes I think that I can't live here anymore. I don't know where I would go. I used to get this in Oxfordshire. I mean, I am not moving to a cold country. Onward and upward. But the truth is, I'm finding less and less time for the garden. Although I do love it when it's producing well and looking well. However, I've been spending more and more time making art, which is kind of my first passion. The gardening came later. I don't know, art takes up a great deal of time and it's surprisingly exhausting. You're really, really tired from the concentration. This needs trimming. Back to work. Are you there? My saffron bed has disappeared under all the weeds, and the saffron are almost died down, so I'm going to have to do something about this quite quickly, but not today. That's saffron, this frondy stuff. So there's one in there, one there, one over there. Oh, who knows? God, I cannot see the screen for the sun. Okay, I think I'm in shot. I've been doing this videos. I think the first one I did was 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, probably. And they're never hugely popular, but that wasn't the point. And I keep reminding myself that isn't the point. But you know, these YouTube things, they kind of try and suck you into do better, get more subscribers, get monetized, advertise things, get sponsorships, all this kind. I'm not into that. I'm really not into that. I don't care about any of that stuff. And although I used to quite faithfully put a video up every week, I'm not doing that anymore either. No. We have transitioned the vegetables anyway into something more manageable for older people, for people who don't want to spend 24/7 gardening. With the raised beds, obviously, as you can see, with the way the grass has grown, we haven't got it right yet, but mostly that's because we went away. We had visitors and we went away, so basically it was not looked after for about a month, and this is what you get when you don't look after your garden for a month. And when they have the best spring ever, plenty rain. So going forward, I think more of my time is going to be spent making art, less time making films, probably less time in the garden. The finca as a whole, we've kind of got a routine with that. It's ticking over quite well. Of course, every time you go away, it throws a spanner in the works, but we know where we are with that. And at the moment, it's not too much work well, it is too much work for us, but it's not beyond us. As we get older, who knows? We will cross those bridges as we come to them. I think what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is that there's going to be less films. There's going to be a lot less films. You know, we've got lives to lead, and we want to enjoy ourselves, and that's it really. We had chicks hatch on Easter Saturday. It couldn't have been better timed. Well, actually, it could have been better timed because the day they arrived was the same day the grandchildren went home. So anyway, they were just over a week old when we left them with my brother while we went away. I think he might have been a bit nervous about looking after chicks, but easy peasy, just give them food, basically, just give them food. Anyway, they've grown hugely. They've now got their proper feathers coming in. And at about 6 weeks old, Bertha, the mummy hen, will reject them and want nothing to do with them, even to the point of pecking them, telling them to disappear. At that point, they will be put in with the rest of the bantam hens. And then we watch carefully to sort out which ones are the cockerels. We have paid dearly in the past for being sympathetic about the cockerels, and we're not doing that again. I don't care how pretty they are, the cockerels have to go. And that's that. No arguments. Right. As always, thank you so much to my most loyal subscribers who come back and watch time and time again my films. I really, really have appreciated it hugely. I am sorry there's going to be even less films going forward. But, you know, all is well here, and I hope all is well with you, and we'll catch up from time to time. Take care. Bye now. I've had a thought. It's taking an awful lot of effort and an awful lot of time to fill this bed. Do you think I could plant veggies in it when it's only half full? And then at the end of the season just fill it up then? Would that work? Would that work? I mean, obviously I would level it out from what it is at the moment, but realistically I might get another 2 barrowfuls, but God, I can't do it. And I want to plant them today because, you know, they're getting too big for the pots they're in. What do you think? Should I just do it? I mean, there's very little to lose because they're going to die soon if I don't repot them, replant them. I think I will. This is Oslo. I'm on the veranda of our hotel. Pretty fabulous, but it's cold. It's about, what, 2 degrees? 2 degrees. And there's a possibility that it might snow. I want to go back to Spain. We go back tomorrow.
That looks quite...
City life.
Oh, there's a cruise ship in.
Well, there is Steve. Stood. Lower boat.